Razavan from FightHype.com with me. I've got world champion, Mexican's favorite, Leo Santa Cruz. What's going on, Leo?
No, yes, here, enjoying, the Vegas right now, here for the Mayweather McGregor fight. Come enjoy and relax, and then go back to the gym and train, get ready for our fight.
It's one of the very first, well, it's a unique event, obviously, tomorrow. I don't normally come out from London to Vegas for a Floyd Mayweather fight, but did it surprise you, someone like Floyd Mayweather who's had 49 fights, still attracts world champions, boxers? We've got Ice Cube here. Are you surprised that still happens?
Well, I'm not surprised because, Mayweather's a great fighter, he's the best ever, you say, and he has everything, he's friends with everybody, and I'm not surprised that people want to watch him because, he's a great fighter, and then he's fighting against McGregor, McGregor's been talking a lot of stuff and everything, so it makes it more entertaining.
When the fight was announced, obviously they had a lot of back and forth through social media for about maybe 2 years. When this fight was finally announced 7-8 weeks ago, were you surprised it actually made?
I was surprised, yeah. Like, at the beginning when I heard, Mayweather and McGregor, I said, it's never gonna happen. I think it's because, McGregor has never fought boxing, so I don't think it's gonna happen. But, when I heard of it, I was surprised. I was like, wow, it got made.
A lot of people talk that, from the boxing perspective, that Conor has zero chance. His record is 0-0. You've got the likes of Canelos, the Shane Mosley, the Cottos, the Pacquiaos in the past, who haven't really been successful. Canelo was, from my perspective, was schooled by Floyd. What challenges will Conor present to someone like Floyd Mayweather?
The only challenge is he's gonna be a bigger guy. Bigger guy. He's younger. He's more hungrier. I think he's gonna have more ability. He's gonna be faster. But rather than that, only a lucky punch. The lucky punch that sometimes when you fight a fighter that's wild, more crazy, that's when he makes it look maybe sometimes more bad. But rather than that, I still see Mayweather beating him. I don't think if Mayweather wanted to, he'll finish him before the 4 rounds. A lot of UFC fans that I speak to say, well, Floyd's 40 years old, he hasn't fought for 2 years, fighters are never the same after a significant time outside of the ring. And they believe that Conor's left hook or the straight left is going to be the decisive punch. What do you make of all of that? I don't think so. I feel Mayweather, he might be 40, but he's still really smart. He's a smart fighter, and I know that if he knew that his body wasn't responding or that it wasn't the same, he wouldn't take this fight because he's a fighter that wants to retire undefeated, and he wouldn't put this at risk. So I think he feels good still, and he's really smart, and he's gonna let McGregor land those punches.
Last week they did the open media workout. I don't know if you saw, there was a hashtag going around called the McGregor Challenge. Did you give it a go?
Yeah, I saw it. I didn't give it a go because you could mess up your shoulder stuff like that. But I saw it. It was really funny. I saw.
Wanna give it a go now?
Right now they tried to make me go, but I said I want to cut my shoulder a little bit kind of. So I was like, I don't want to mess it up. So,
obviously, before the build-up of this fight, there's a lot going back between Paulie Malignaggi.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, he went into camp. Now, a bit of history behind Paulie. Last year, called out McGregor and said I can beat him easy. A lot of people probably agree. Conor obviously brought him into camp. They had this, I think they had 2 sparring sessions, and then there were photos leaked where Conor had his hands behind his back. There were videos released where Paulie was knocking the floor. Did you look at any of that? Did you see the video?
Yeah, I saw a video.
Do you think it was a push, or do you think it was a punch that took Paulie down?
I think it was more like they cantangled and it was a push. But you saw right there punches that they were landing on Malignaggi, but I don't think it was like that. I think it was more like a push.
What do you make of Paulie Malignaggi? Obviously, Paulie's been quite, I think, emotionally involved with this, even on the press or the media press tour started on Tuesday. Paulie got into verbals with his manager, then with Conor. Do you think he's just getting too much involved in it, or do you think he has a right because they release stuff that shouldn't have been released?
Yeah, maybe he should be mad because they only released that thing where McGregor was hitting him and he make him look bad. So I think he should be mad and stuff. And also I think that maybe he wants to make attention so that he could maybe look up for a fight against McGregor, and right there could be money. He could win good money right there.
What's Leo's prediction on Saturday night? What's that?
Saturday night, I think if Mayweather wants, I think he could knock him out before the 4 rounds. But if not, since it's a big fight, people are gonna come and watch and everything. Maybe he's gonna play with him until he wants to, and maybe finish him until 9-10 rounds.
Just moving on to yourself, you were involved in 2 great fights with Carl Frampton, and I know you were disappointed after your second fight because stylistically it's not the way you fight. It's not the way the Leo Santa Cruz did. And it was, you made it look quite ordinary, and you had a change in style for yourself. Carl Frampton and you yourself after the first fight agreed. Carl said, "I'll give you a rematch." You gave it. He gave it. Sorry. Third time around, you said you will give him a rematch. We're still waiting for that.
And I'm really gonna give it to him. You know, like I said, I'm a word over word, and I'm not gonna stop until we get the fight. You know, right now, if it was to me, I'll fight him. You know, and we have talked about it. And we're gonna, you know, I think we're gonna give Madis a rematch, and if we win right there, we're gonna give Frampton right away the rematch too. We don't know where. I said I'll go up to over there to Ireland. I don't care. I'll go over there, and whatever it is. But I'm sure, and I give you my word, we're gonna give the third fight against Frampton.
Leo, we're living in a sport where, and Floyd is a great example. He took not a lot of punishment in his career, 21 years. And genuinely right now he's in very good health. Yourself, just comparing your 2 fights with Frampton, the first fight where it was a slugfest and you were getting punched in the face, but the second fight you went more on the back foot and using your jab a lot more. I know you weren't happy because it's not your style, but isn't it more safer to do the second fight?
That's what it is, Of course, you, like they say, you have to be smart. You have to be smart, and that fight I had to do that. I had to be smart. You do what I had to do to win the fight. Because if I did win and try to do what I did in the first fight, it wasn't gonna work for me. I was gonna get hit more and even lose the fight. So I think you have to be smart, do what you have to do, and just win the fight and win for you.
I don't know if you know, but Carl Frampton has parted ways now with Barry McGregor and Cycle Promotion, so that's not going to be a hindrance in negotiations.
No, I don't think so. You know, Frampton is still a fighter. You know, I think the fight is still the thing because he won 1 time, I won 1 time, so we have to make it a third to make it decided to see who's the best, and I don't think there's gonna be no problem.
Let's ask you. There's a lot of talk this week about the pound-for-pound list. Leo Santa Cruz, apart from yourself, you probably want to put yourself at the top. Who's there? Who's the top 3 pound-for-pound out there at the moment?
You know, Award.
Number 1?
Crawford. 2. And I think Canelo.
Number 3. That fight's coming up, Canelo Triple G.
I know.
It's a huge fight. It's sold out within hours. What's your prediction of that?
I think that's a great fight. You know, I like both fighters. You know, they're both great guys, both friends, and you know, I have to go with Canelo. You know, I think he's more faster. Triple G is a great fighter, great punch, but he's more stiff, he's more slow. I think Canelo, he's younger, he moves more, he's really slick, he takes away punches now, he counter punches really good. So I think he's gonna do that. He's gonna throw punches, move, and he's not gonna let Triple G catch him with a good punch. So I think if it goes decision, I think Canelo's gonna win.
Yeah, thank you for a bit of your time, my man. Got a message for your fans?
To all my fans, thank you for all the support. To all the people from the UK, the Irish, that I am gonna give him the third fight against Carl Frampton. I don't know when, but I'm gonna try to make it as soon as possible and to give you guys another great show.
Leo Santa Cruz, FightHype.com. Thank you very much.